Are you ready to hear about a wonderful promotion that's going to get you a lot of stuff and the Stampin' Up! Products that you love? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about it and demonstrate a few cards as well. Hi, it's Linda Anderson here from Linda Lou Creates, and I'm so happy you joined me. Let's talk the starter kit. There is a promotion going on this entire month of September called Get and Go promotion. What is that? Well, your starter kit begins with you choosing $125 worth of product. You're also going to get additional product with the promotion that's going on this month in the form of pre-cut cardstock to make 16 cards. That's 4 each of the cards that are pictured here. You'll also get the envelopes. You will get the rhinestone basic jewels, a full pack of them, as well as two stamp sets, Queen Anne's lace, and so much love. All of that product, along with your $125 worth of product, for $99. How fantastic is that? Now keep in mind, things like ink, adhesive, the clear blocks, they are a separate purchase, but you can certainly add those on as part of your starter kit, part of that $125. I'm going to make one more recommendation of something to add on when you're choosing your product, and that is a pack of the Brights 6x6 Designer Series paper. I love this paper, and I have, if you join and purchase the starter kit through me and take advantage of this promotion, I will have a free tutorial for you, and it uses the paper out of this Brights DSP. So let me show you a couple of the cards here. These are the cards that are featured by Stampin' Up! They're the ones that have designed these. These are the ones that you will receive the cardstock ready for you to make for each of these. Let me show you what I've come up with and what cards will be part of the tutorial that you will receive. Now, remember, there's 2 stamp sets. So much love. And these are the 5 cards that I have designed for you to take advantage of, to be able to create some for your own personal use, to send off to friends, family, whatever you want to do with them. But you will receive the tutorial not only for these 5 cards, but let me move them out of the way because there's 5 more. And these, let me pull the stamp set back out, the Queen Anne's lace. And these are the cards for that stamp set. Now, I don't know if you noticed something regarding the color palette. Isn't it great? It's the same color palette as far as what you will receive from Stampin' Up! I wanted to make sure to keep it within that. And here's what I used. So we've got the Coastal Cabana, Night of Navy, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, and Granny Apple Green. Now, just a little disclaimer, Stampin' Up! Used, instead of Night of Navy, used the Misty Moonlight. It's still, a dark blue. I just happened to grab Night of Navy and used it. So you will see that as far as the difference between what I used and the samples that Stampin' Up! Has. So, all right, here's one card using the Queen Anne's lace. I want to show you. I'm going to demonstrate this card to you. So, some of the supplies. I love top folding cards. This is the Thick Whisper White, 11 by 4 1/4. You score and fold at 5 1/2. I have the largest of the stitched shapes. I used the largest oval That is out of white, along with Night of Navy. This Night of Navy scalloped layer is then out of the Layering Ovals dies. And then here comes the Brights DSP, and these are 2x4. So what I want to do is, first up, get out my sentiment. And you can see here on the sample, I have it here, and it's in Night of Navy. That's sort of my thing, is to use the dark ink for my sentiment. You obviously can choose whatever you want, but for some reason that is sort of my thing. Now I'm going to do this first before adhering any of the paper down, because what if I goofed? Then I could kind of cover it up by switching around my paper. So let's see. Hey, that stamped pretty darn good. So let me go ahead now, and we're going to adhere the paper down. Now, the designs on the paper, it is two-sided, so you can certainly do it however you want. All right. So obviously this is the Daffodil Delight and the Coastal Cabana as far as the colors of the cards, not the cardstock, the pattern paper goes. So I'm going to go ahead using a little bit of the liquid glue and start with my Daffodil Delight. I'll put it up here in this corner. And then I think I'm going to flip it over. Now this pattern, it has words on it, so just be aware of that, and that you're putting it in the right, going the right direction. So here's that Coastal Cabana, and these will overlap, so just so you're aware of that. Okay, I'm going to just set this off to the side, and let's get some stamping done. So the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set is a two-step stamp set, and I love those types of stamps. It's just fun to add some additional color using your ink. So first up is going to be the outline stamp, and I am using Granny Apple Green for that. Okay, let me bring my oval in, and let's just go ahead and there we go. Before I set this aside, I'm one who likes to make sure the inside is decorated as well. So let me do on the inside now also. Nice. Okay, like I said, this is a two-step stamper. So here is then this solid image to fill in the flowers. I'm going to use Coastal Cabana for that, and I am going to do the stamping off method. What is that? I'm going to ink up my stamp, stamp it off onto my scratch paper, come back, and then stamp it. It doesn't line up absolutely perfectly, and that's what I like about it. So let me do the one on the inside as well. So you ink it up, you'll stamp it off, and then come back in with that lighter version. And there you go. Your insides now look just as beautiful as what the outside will be. Okay, let's go ahead and get going on getting this put together. And I honestly would never have thought of this color combination, but once I started playing with it, holy moly, I loved it. So this is definitely one that I'm going to be using frequently. So okay, here it goes with my dimensionals. My love for dimensionals is well known, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So let's go ahead and use as many as you want. That's what I think about with stamping and any sort of paper crafting. It's what makes you happy. So let me come on back. Because this oval is large enough, it will cover where I have those pattern papers overlapped. So we're good there. The only other thing I need is to get some rhinestones in there. Now remember, you will get a pack that is filled. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some of these that I've been working on and use my Picket tool, and there we go. Card number 1 is complete. Okay, now let me show you one using the other stamp set that you will receive for free during the month of September in this promotion, the So Much Love stamp set. And this is the card I'm going to share with you. Both of these cards are part of that tutorial that I am offering for those who sign up for the stamp, or for the starter kit rather. So my supplies here, again, the Thick Whisper white card base that is top folding 11 by 4 1/4. The score line where you fold is at 5 1/2. Then I have one of the stitched rectangles die cut out. Now this measures approximately 1 7/8 by 3 1/4. Okay, and then there's a layer of Bermuda Bay that I'm going to layer up with this, and it measures 2 1/4 by 3 5/8. I have 2 pieces again of the Brights Designer Series paper, Coastal Cabana and Daffodil Delight. The Coastal Cabana, it measures 2 by 5 1/2, and then my Daffodil Delight is 1 1/2 by 4. And this is how they will lay. Now I want to stamp my sentiment first. Let me bring that stamp set back in to show you that this is the one that I'm using. I want to stamp my sentiment first. That way, if I mess up, I can always move my paper over this way and cover it up. All right, so there's always a way to fix your mistakes. So if you add an embellishment or do what I'm thinking of doing, of kind of changing the layout, whatever it takes. You know what, I'm going to open this up because I prefer doing it that way. All right, so this is You Made My Day. And let me see if I've got that. Pretty good. I like it. I like it. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to close this up. Now let's get ready to do some other stamping. I'm going to use Bermuda Bay ink on this one now. I'm going to ink up the stamp. Notice how some of these larger stamps, how I lay it down with the stamp facing up and I take my ink pad down to it, as opposed to trying to ink it up by moving that large stamp around over the ink pad. I just find that that works best for me. So right over that rectangle. Perfect. There we go. So now let's get started assembling. I'm going to go ahead, adhere the white flower image down to the Bermuda Bay panel. Okay. And I am going to pop some dimensionals on the back of that. Let's see what I can get here. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let me bring the card base back in and the pattern paper. Let me get this piece, and it is the one that measures, it's 2 inches wide by 5 1/2. So I'm just going to turn this so I can see what I'm doing here, and I want to line it up at the top. That way, if I have to trim any off, if I miscalculated with my cutting, I can do so here at the bottom, and that looks pretty darn good. And can you tell that I love the polka dots? So I'm going to go ahead and let that be the design that's going to be on the outside. And just go ahead and adhere that down. Another reason I like to have my sentiment there stamped first is then I know placement of my paper. So, and now all I'm going to do with this is put it across. So here we go. Let's get ready to do that. So, and then, as you know, the last thing is going to be some of the rhinestones. So let's get this beautiful flower in. Awesome. And now let me bring back my pack of rhinestones and okay, using my Picket tool, and I'll be honest with you, just put your rhinestones down. Don't fuss too much over it. Just do it. All right? And there we go. Here is the card then that uses this So Much Love stamp set. So these cards, like I said, are part of the tutorial that I will provide you for free when you purchase this month in September the starter kit. $125 worth of product you get to pick. And then for free, 2 stamp sets, a pack of rhinestones, and cardstock to create 16 cards. Fabulous. Hey, if you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask. And also, I so appreciate you watching this video. And if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as well. I have a blog, Linda Lou Creates, and from there you can subscribe to my newsletter. I send it out about once a week, giving you some updates, some cards, some videos, things that are happening, okay? So, thanks again, guys, for joining me, and I hope you get a chance to create today. Bye now.